morning, good morning. It is Monday morning. It is March the 6th. I'm First Warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week to chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Top two things that we are monitoring today include the fact that we got a little bit of rain yesterday. Did you in your neighborhood? Yeah. We'll look at the numbers and see how that plays out in terms of drought, deficit, all of the things. Plus, great weather ahead. Is it beach weather? We'll talk about it. Don't you worry. I've got your back. All right, so let's go on the journey together. Let's look outside live. A little bit of patchy fog to get us out the door on a Monday morning. Here's a shot over the tourist district, and I see a golf course. I see some area where people are going to go out and do a little 18 holes. Of course, had the Arnold Palmer Invitational in town yesterday. Happy to say we didn't get any kind of rainfall. The course looked great. The players looked great. Looked like a great time had by all. Did have some rain afterward. Our first warning live Doppler radar showing some rains off the shoreline of Brevard County, kind of working away. There's a live look at it. I'll put the radar into motion. Moving away, not a problem for us, so we get to move on and sit carefree. It's a nice start to the day. 69 in Claremont, 71 in Orlando. It's 77 in Melbourne, 72 degrees New Smyrna Beach. Forecast today does take us back into warm temperatures, and we do see a few showers, all right? 79 degrees our 11 o'clock temperature, 82 by 1 o'clock, 86 degrees by 3 p.m. So all is looking good out there. All is looking good out there. But like yesterday, there is at the very least a chance to see a few showers. Hold on one second. All right, my apologies. Let's see here. Finally got some rain last night, Rosebud says. Good morning to you. Tina, Millie, Nancy, good morning, everybody. How are ya? Marie, good morning, good morning, good morning. I see my brother Frank's in the room. Good morning to you. Taylor, good morning to you. So we've got a couple of showers, not a big deal. It's going to be another warm day in the neighborhood. Let's take a look at temperatures. Average high has climbed to 78. We'll do 86 this afternoon in the city. Beautiful. About 80 degrees in Titusville, 80 degrees Daytona Beach. At Palm Bay, I think you're going to get a little warmer. 84 for you, and about 87 for us in our warmer spots. Leesburg, Wildwood, and Ocala. So, yeah. Jan says we had 10 minutes of rain in Eau Gallie last night. Yeah, I feel like I got about the same at my house. But, yeah. I'll take it. When we look at the numbers, we know we're in a deficit, right? Here's a look at the kind of statistics, okay? So last night, officially at the Orlando International Airport, we had 0.18 inches of rain, okay? The last time that we had anything decent, okay, it's just, suffice it to say, it's not a ton. We are still very much in a deficit, 3.2 inches behind for the year in Orlando, right? 3.14 pi deficit in Sanford. And you can see even our moistest location, Melbourne, just about 3 inches behind. So when we look at the drought monitor, and we get a new product tomorrow, I believe, here. We're kind of setting up for a moderate drought around Central Florida. And when we check out the Keach-Byram Drought Index, we're not in a bad spot, but, we're starting to see some of the brighter yellows indicative of working our way up through. And eventually, we could start to get into some troubled waters here before the rainy season kicks in. If you're unfamiliar with the Keach-Byram Drought Index, we talked a bit more about this yesterday, but essentially, it's a measure of how much water would we need to saturate the soil. So how dry is the soil? So things are getting drier and things are getting drier and things are getting drier. It's been a while since we've had a decent rain, right? Like we had about 0.2 of an inch of rain in Orlando yesterday. Last time we had anything like that would be about a month before in early February. Okay, so yeah, rainfall is definitely something that we could use. Not really talking about a ton of rain in the 7-day forecast either. A few lingering showers, warm temperatures for us, but there's that area of high pressure setting up and basically drying us out the next couple of days. Then we look Wednesday into Thursday, And we're going to turn winds around enough to where we're going to get into a bit of a comfy air mass. All right, so let's look at the 7-day forecast and just kind of set up shop here. All right, and there you go. Next decent chance of rain, if I'm honest, isn't going to start to approach us until basically the weekend. All right, so that's kind of where we're at. A few showers in there on Saturday, and then Sunday kind of clearing out. And then that's kind of like the gateway front. Like today, tomorrow hot, then Wednesday we're going to get into some comfier territory. But next weekend into the following week for spring break for so many of us, these temperatures are about to completely turn around. So yeah, Rosebud's asking, when does rainy season begin? It usually doesn't begin until May. Like mid to late May is usually when we see that happen. Chris is asking, is troubled waters a good expression for drought? Ah, pun intended, my friend. Kurt, good morning. How are ya? Hope you're doing well. Priscilla, need to paint. So good day this week. Polk south of Kissimmee. Out of your own, but... well, Priscilla, I mean, I would say, midweek, mid to late week is looking pretty good for you. There's a lot of sunshine, more comfortable air, dry conditions, yeah. All right, so that's that for now. Okay, moving forward, we've got a pretty decent cold front. Let's look at the raw data. All right, this is the raw model data. Let me scoot this just so you can see the date on the bottom of the screen, okay? All right, so we've got a little bit of a drop in temperatures, 79, 77. That's going to be March the 8th, March the 9th, right? Then we get warm again into this upcoming weekend. But look at that dip. March the 14th, Tuesday, March the 15th, Wednesday, March the 16th, Thursday. This is the American model, the GFS, really showing a temperature dip. Now, we've been watching this potential for a while. I would add, though, that if this is still showing up like mid to late this week, then I'd start buying it. At this point, I'm excited about it. This is the 6C run. If we go back one run, still showing 60s. If we go back two runs, still showing 60s and getting even colder afterward. We go back four runs. It's kind of a mess. So the models they're not 100% dialed in, but mid-March and then late March we could have some decent cool. So for people that were asking, like, are we done with the freezes? It's like, probably, but still, we've got some chilly weather. Like if you take the GFS as it is currently at face value, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday morning, we're waking up to 42 degrees in Orlando, which would mean up in Ocala, up in Ocala, that would be 38, 39. So there's some model consistency playing in here, and it's showing a pretty decent dip. And then, frankly, at the very end, March 22nd, showing yet again a pretty decent dip. So at this point, we're looking at a pretty decent cold front moving our direction, people. We've been talking about it for a while, but it looks like it may be playing in. Which is ironic because if you think about it, so this week we're kind of, we're comfortable. And then next week for spring break, that happens. But there's another thing involved in spring break. Not sure if anybody's aware, but it's time. It's time to spring forward. Daylight saving time begins this upcoming Sunday morning at 2 a.m. So, yeah. Good times. I knew it was too early to put away my heavy jacket. I didn't tell you to do it, Terry. There's always this. This always happens where, you're starting to get into spring and then Mother Nature's just like, I got a little bit more. Got a little bit more of a chill. So just keep that in mind. I have a feeling that every outdoor activity but the beach is going to be jammed on those days, and that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Beverly, Eric, I've never been to Ocala. Why is it always cooler? Why is it always cooler? Because it's further north, for one. It's more rural, two. Here, let's just look at the... Let's do this. Give me a few seconds, and I'll dial up the raw GFS. Just the temperature map. All right, so this is the GFS. We're just going to go to next Wednesday just to see. Yeah. So there you go. So that's the GFS for next... Yeah. Next Wednesday morning. Okay, these are the low temperatures according to the American GFS model. How about that, huh? 37 in Flagler, 37 in Ocala, 39 in Leesburg, probably about 40, 41 in Claremont, 41 in Sanford, like 42 Winter Springs, Oviedo, 43 in Orlando, 44 back over to Brevard County. High temperatures. Yeah. So Wednesday afternoon, there's your high temperatures, right? 60s and 70s. So winter's not over yet. I mean, technically we're headed into spring officially this month in the 20s, but there you go. Priscilla's asking about winds. There's going to be some winds. Yes, there's going to be some winds. So just know that Central Florida weather is Central Florida weather, and it's going to do its thing. Always fun. Always fun. Rosebud, I thought we weren't going to change the clocks anymore. We are still changing the clocks. Why? One of these days, these politicians are going to get it taken care of so that we don't have to. But in the meantime, we're still changing the clocks. Terry says, nope, I knew from past frosts. Don't count out March knockouts. That's so true. That's so true. You know, March, there's always something there. There's always something. Brian's asking who's going to be on the Coffee Talk drive-thru this Friday. Should I tell you, or should I keep it a secret? What do you want? For those of you that are new, the Coffee Talk drive-thru in these quieter months is something that we do. We bring folks in. Last couple of years, it was you, the viewers. This year, it's just been kind of other people, like TV people, that sort of thing. We had Manolfi on last time. Dave Marsh has agreed to do it. I need to email the guy so that he'll do it. I'm trying to get Michael Lennick to do it. Just kind of trying to find some fun TV people. We had Kyle Gravlin, a former Wesh meteorologist. So should I tell you who's going to do it this Friday, or do you want to wait and see? What do you think? What do you think? What should I do? Jennifer, why does the weather always have to do this for spring break? I know. Debbie says secret. Rosebud says surprise us. Janice says curry. Janice says curry. Janice says tell us. Too soon to tell us. Keep a secret, Debbie says. Priscilla, live dangerously. What can we do? Otherwise, we don't have it. What? I have no idea, Priscilla, what you're saying. I'm sorry. Tell us. Oh, Janice is getting feisty. Tell us now. All right. Okay, a lot of people are saying tell us. So for those that don't want to know, turn down your volume, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you thumbs up when I'm done. So turn the volume down. All right, you ready? Volume down if you don't want to know. 3, 2, 1. Brian's correct. I told everybody last week. It's Jacqueline. Jacqueline has agreed to do it. Okay, you can turn the volume back up. I just love being the goober. I'm like, I know I already told everybody. I'm half asleep. My ear is in just terrible pain. As soon as I'm done with Coffee Talk, I have to try and call an ear, nose, and throat doctor and be like, Help me today, please. So there we are. That's right, Debbie. We're doing that. So anyway, we'll get an update on all of that fun stuff. Beverly, would love to get you in touch with Joe Rao. He's a great meteorologist up in New York. I think you two would have a great talk. Interesting. I feel like I know the name, but I don't know him personally. Tia says, enjoy the spring weather. We could be in hurricane season. We will be. Less than 3 months away from hurricane season, for what it's worth. This is a graphic that I think auto updates. Yeah, auto updates. So for what it's worth, yes, enjoy the cool because you blink and we're going to be here. Woof. Woof. Which, I did already issue our hurricane forecast. So if you're curious, wesh.com/hurricane forecast. Yeah. When does baseball season start? Listen, spring training is in full effect. The cooler weather will definitely be a shock to the system considering how hot it's been. I know. Juan says it's never too early to prepare for the upcoming hurricane season. Correct, which is why I put out my forecast. I get flack. It's kind of interesting. I get flack for putting out the hurricane forecast so early. Like Scott. This again. Pure luck, LRC. Last year, 100% of the storms. It's fine. Not everybody has to like it, but you also don't have to be here, Scott, if you don't like it. So there's that. You don't have to let the door kick you in the tuchus on the way out. Brian, question. On average, how many inches of rain usually accompany a tropical system? Each one is completely different. You can't put any kind of a blanket at all. Yeah, so there you go. I have a hurricane kit ready. Yeah, we went through our hurricane kit in the off season already, and we'll just buy another one before the season. And that's why I put out the hurricane forecast early, so that everybody's prepared for it. If you know that we're a hot spot, then you can act accordingly. You know what I mean? That's all. If there was perfect weather all the time, whatever that is, someone would still complain. That's correct. That's correct. Oh well. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You'd think after hurricanes we had last year, people would be more appreciative that you give us plenty of time to prepare. Lauren, it's fine. Listen, I don't need anybody to be appreciative of me. This is my job, even though I'm not on the clock right now. It's my job. It's what I do, And if you don't like it, don't be here. Just all I'm saying, right? Let's all be nice to each other. Make the best of it always, Jeannie, right? We make the best of what's around. Yeah, that's it. Islin says, yep, I'm going to Sam's every week and getting things here and there. That's the best way to do any kind of anything. Your savings account. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight, but you put in $10 every chance you get. Put in $20 every chance you throw a little, but the next thing you know, you've got a mountain, right? And that's the same thing with preparing for hurricane season, preparing for winter months up north is, you get a little bit here and a little bit there. And then before you know it, you've got your kit. Linda says feisty today. It's because I'm in a lot of pain right now in my left ear. Literally, as soon as I end coffee talk, I'm going to have to find an ear, nose, and throat doctor to take a look today. Good times. Always fun. Beth says, I enjoy our coffee talk time. I do too. Sometimes I'm feistier. My apologies. Debbie says, this was the first morning I got up to no fog. Yet the dogs still refuse to go for a walk. Yeah, there's been some fog. We do have a dense fog advisory in effect for Marion County, Central, and Western Marion County. What's a neti pot, Priscilla? So we do have a little bit of fog to deal with. Here's a look at the... Oh, hit the wrong button. Here's a look at the visibility numbers. And there you go. You can see Leesburg, Claremont down to near nothing. Ocala down to near nothing. Wildwood down to near nothing. So, yeah. Good times. Wasn't daylight saving start of the energy crisis? Pat, I don't know the start of it. I just know it annoys me year after year. Year after year. Chris, it kind of is. Yeah. Dr. Barry Kang in Altamont is a great ENT. I need to figure something out. Yeah. Oh, no. Geesh. Sorry, Susie. Mr. Hurricane predictions. Can you please show your prediction chart again? Brian, yeah, wesh.com/hurricane forecast. Read it. That's the most detailed thing. wesh.com/hurricane forecast. Yeah. Tina, he's busy, but tried doctor in Orlando, ear, nose, and throat. He has an office on Redbug across from the Lowe's in that big building. Oh, that's not far from my house. I go to specialist Wednesday. Oh my gosh, Bruce, a hole in your eardrum. That sounds painful. Jeez Louise, I'm sorry. Belinda says, finally got some rain last night. My plants are smiling. I'm just hoping my yard comes back from crunchiness. Yeah. Johnny, during the upcoming hurricane season, are we looking to be in a neutral phase or El Nino? According to the modeling, we're transitioning to neutral for most of it, and then going up to an El Nino more than likely for the fall, winter, and spring. So that'll be interesting next year. Yeah. All right. Yeah. How much rain are we expecting on Saturday? Not much. Just some showers at this point. Yeah. Just some showers. All right. Listen, I'm going to go start calling around doctors' offices and figure this out. Today, nice and warm, 86, a couple of showers by the afternoon. All right. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I'll see you today at 3:30 in the afternoon. We'll check in and see how things are doing. All right. Bye, y'all.